So the child-centered model is something that really came out of the community wisdom, of something that's already been practiced for many decades in this community. And so we had the task with bringing people together to try and express what this is. And really the child-centered model looks at the importance of everyone's roles and responsibilities and relationships within the community. So if a child truly is at the center of the community, then what are parents' roles and responsibilities? What are the roles and responsibilities of caregivers, of extended family? What are the important tasks for schools to be doing with children? And then how would systems be set up if children then were the utmost important member of the community?
I think the child-centered model, for me, it just makes so much sense. The challenge has been to articulate and put in words, written words, what that model is. For me, it just makes perfect sense. There's sort of a deep knowing that I have that children are at the center of the solution, and that when we create a family or situations or childcare centers, whatever it can be, if we set the family up for success and remove the barriers that keep them locked into a system or oppressed, I think when we look at that and meet that need, there's transformation.
Just the idea that we have to, some of the Indigenous beliefs around having children at the center, and was really incorporated into that children aren't alone. There's families, that there's environment, that there's systems, there's everything that are surrounding this child, and that they impact them, and that we all need to be working positively towards them. So again, it was just about talking. It was just about, why are children important? I think I remember one question of, how would you know that a child was successful when they got to kindergarten? I remember somebody asking that question, and I don't think anybody at the table said they get good marks or anything like that. Like, there are different things. For me, it's about if a child goes into kindergarten and somebody asks him what he wants to be when he grows up, and he can answer that question and has hopes and dreams for the future and can see a future, that to me speaks to well-being.
The old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. I think it takes a community, it takes a family. I think the way it's set up is the kids are priority, but the families are not left aside. The families are a big part of that, because we know in order to have that domino effect, we have to change not only the kids, but the parents and stuff. So I think it's really, we're looking at what will make the kids, what opportunities the kids need in order to make it in this world. Because this world is not an easy world to live in.
I think that it's important to have the children at the center, because as an Aboriginal person who follows the culture and traditions, it's part of what we do on a regular basis. Knowing that the children that are gifts, and that we have to do what we can with them, so in the best way, in a good way. So having them at the center, focusing on the children.
I think if we focus on wellness, from the time a baby is conceived, through the support of the family, through getting ready for school, through the school system, and on to graduation, and then create meaningful work or meaningful opportunities for post-secondary, this neighborhood could change in a very short period of time,
When you look at the child-centered model, it looks very much like what we know from the best of UCD science, which are circles within circles, the ecology of human development. One person's called them ecosystems, which is true. So children grow in these nests within nests, so the family, preschool and school and community, and the wider society. And it's very clear from the best of all the disciplines studying early child development that the interdependent, interconnected nature of those nests, of those ecosystems, for better and worse, affect human development from before children are born all the way through the adult years. And that the most important time to act is in those early childhood development years, pregnancy through preschool.
It was clear that there was a different way of working with families in this community that has been very successful, and community-based organizations and parents expressed to us that this different way of working was important and foundational to their well-being. And so we really set out to try and put this on paper. Then we could show, as one of the aspects of the Winnipeg Boldness Project, that when organizations work in this way, that transformation is possible.